Christian, first of all, thanks for giving up your time a little bit. I know you're a busy guy and you've had a full day.
Yeah.
And I just want to have a chance to chat with you. I'd like our readers and our viewers to get a little idea of, what's going on and what you're up to and the team and your position and everything else.
Yep.
So if you'd start, just if you could give your name and in your hometown.
Cristian Perocarpi. I'm from Brownsburg, Indiana.
There you go. And your age, if you're
I am
willing to share.
I am 18. Going to turn 19 in June.
Good for you. And I want to, it's probably pretty obvious to most everybody, but who would you look to as the person that got you into this position or helped you into this position? I'm going to ask everybody that.
Yeah, it would definitely be my father. He owns a team, but
Yes.
I did have to wait. It wasn't just right into a race car. I had to wait until I was graduated in high school, but it definitely.
But you've been around it and absorbed in it, and you grew up with it.
Yeah, so I've been in racing my whole life. Definitely the team, the most part of my teenage years now. So I think it's really defined me as a person, and I feel like it's helped me out.
Yeah, I think I first probably saw you probably about 8 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Back in those.
Yeah.
So it's been good. So, and what really opened the door for you besides that? But it sounds like that. But was there an opportunity? Was there? I mean, your dad must have seen something in you that your desire, your passion.
So I was supposed to drive earlier last season, but we unfortunately wrote off the 2 cars in VIR. A seat became available for Sebring, and they needed to put somebody in it, so they decided to give me a chance, and I knew that I couldn't let it, I had to try my best.
You sure did, and
yeah.
you did a great job. You've obviously started off doing really well and making your mark and proving to everybody that you were the right guy to go to.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't just one of those things. And,
Yeah.
You're proving yourself every day, every time out. So. And I know your dad has a racing history, and I didn't know much more about your racing history. Were you into karting or?
Yeah, so I did a little bit of karting when I was like 6 and 7, but we ran out of money to go go-karting after it was the step up from kid karts to a Yamaha class, but we just didn't have the money at the time to go-karting, so I didn't kart up until, so that was I was 7. I didn't go back karting until I was 15 years old. So, Dad started his team. Then he didn't really have time, and then I made the push. I was like, oh, I want to go karting again. So I did 3 races in 2019, and then I did nothing. COVID hit.
Yep.
And so I stayed on my simulator where I've got the majority of my racing experience.
And that's helped you, obviously.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Because I mean, it's not the same as driving, but
It's
it does
close
teach you a
enough.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's close enough.
And speaking of that, now that you're driving for this is a professional race team.
Yep.
I mean, that's like a dream come true kind of a thing. And you are, like I said, making the best of everything. What is this on? How has that changed, and what is the demands on your time?
So, there's a lot of more demand. There's a lot more. I need to be better publicly. Like people are looking at me, and I know that now. And so it's. I feel like the perception of people are like looking at me has changed, and definitely autograph sessions, more responsibility. I have to be fast. That's one of the things I need to be, and and I feel like I've matured in this role too, of stepping from team owner's son to driver. Still team owner's son, but driving.
But you're representing the team in Mini. And the sport itself.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it than I know that. You have to be a spokesman.
Yeah, and I love representing Mini because that's a brand I love. I drive a Mini, so I love to do everything I can to get the brand out there, to show people what the brand really is. A lot of people are like, oh, Mini. It's like, no, Mini is this. It's an underdog of a car.
From the days of Patty Hopker, Monte Carlo. So, I'm an avid Mini fanatic myself. And I've got a collection of them from classics and everything else. I know your dad just talked to me about classics and everything else too. So but you come from the heritage and the line, and that's great. And that fits so well into the team and your background and the kind of car you drive. So you race in the series. It's travels across America, and you have to prepare each week for a new challenge, a new track. Sometimes it's the first track you've ever seen the track or been to it and all that.
Yeah.
So how do you prepare for things like that?
A lot of time it's a lot of simulator work. I get on my simulator, I drive the track just to get used to it, and a lot of watching, looking at data and watching videos from past years.
That's
so
what
I've
I was
got
thinking.
great videos from Tomas and Mark and stuff like that, really fast guys. So I think that those videos have really helped out, so I can watch and see their lines and where they're braking and where they're shifting and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you have your coaching as well?
No, actually.
Really?
So,
Besides your dad probably gets you.
Yeah, he just helps me a little bit, but other than that, I have no coaching.
But it's the how you prepare, how you're traveling. You've got travel, you've got hotels, you've got hour changes, you've got all that kind of stuff. And for a young guy, I mean, it's a shock to anybody's system. But I can imagine that's got to put a little bit of extra effort into it. You have to do to realize I got to go to bed at I'm such and such. I need to get so much sleep.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
So. Now, when you're looking at a race, so how do you approach it? Say first time here. Is this your first time driving this course? Okay. So you go through the simulator. You go. What do you think about your first couple of laps? Just to get a feel for it.
Yeah, just to get a feel for it. What do I need to do? What do I need to do to be there at the end? A lot of these guys blow through their tires in the first 10 laps, and we have a 40-minute race.
Yeah.
It's not long, but it's long enough to wear your tires out. So it's trying to stay on the pace of the leaders and trying to conserve tires and be there at the end. There at the end is the big.
Yeah. Because I mean, even driving a simulator you don't still get quite the same feel, like especially here with the elevation changes and the offset cambers. I don't know how much it is on a simulator, but I went to my driver's school here. I raced here for quite a few years, and it was always a challenging course. Yeah. Because you never have a chance to rest. It seems like you're always thinking. As all drivers pretty much say, you got to be thinking 2 turns ahead, if not 3.
Yeah.
And whenever you're in the turn, you're already there. It's too late to do anything else. So, but then you sort of look for markers. You look for things that to give you some pointers. So when I come through turn 2, I should be looking at this. When I hit here, I know. Of course, there's the brake markers and all that. But sometimes you need something else to sort of focus in on. So So what about your future ambitions? Do you have any, or is that too early in your career to think about it at this point?
The future ambitions is being a pro race car driver, which is really hard. I know I'll have to work at it. You have to get your brake. Like, I got a brake here to drive, and I'm trying to make the most of it. So I haven't gone to college yet, so I've also been thinking about that. Maybe a backup plan, but the main priority and main ambition right now is to become a full-time race car driver.
You've got most all the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You're well. You present yourself well. You groom yourself well. You talk well. So you what most people would love to see and would be a sponsor, because they want to associate their product with a winning car, with a good-looking guy that really knows how to carry the message.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of the pieces of the puzzle, and your ability to drive, because I've watched you out there. You do very well.
Thank you.
So, and where do you see yourself in, say, 5 or 10 years? Or 5 years and then 10 years?
I would say 5 years. I'm hoping IMSA with maybe a gentleman driver or a factory driver at IMSA. Maybe maybe staying with the team. So that's where I see myself in 5 years, 10 years. Hopefully, like WeatherTech, that would be the goal in 10 years is WeatherTech.
Yeah.
My dream is to do the Rolex 24, so trying to do that. The biggest dream is the Indy 500, but that's
especially from being from
being from Indianapolis in the area is that's the big dream. But WeatherTech would probably be in 10 years.
Something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those are all good goals.
Yeah.
I don't any Formula One thoughts or anything.
If the opportunity arises, I'll take it.
Yeah, that would be something. That's a pretty tough game to get into. So, but The other ones are achievable, and with your connections and your,
Yeah.
you know, your indie associations,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get some opportunities.
Yeah, somehow, right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, that pretty much covers the stuff I wanted to chat with you about. I appreciate you taking the time, and you can watch this. We're going to edit and do some things with it, and then we'll be posting it. I'll send you a copy of everything.
Thank you.
And thanks again.
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.